Welcome to the wonderful world of audiology at SiteMD. I'm Dr. Jerry Competiello. I'm the audiologist here in Smithtown, and today we're going to go through what an actual hearing test looks like for you guys that are coming into the office that have never had their hearing tested before. So when you look behind me, you see this little ice box here, which is really not an ice box. It's actually a sound-treated room. This is where we do all of our testing to make sure we get the most up-to-date and accurate findings on your hearing. So let's take a look inside. So when you come inside, you're going to, of course, watch your step because there is a big step up. And as you can see inside here, there's a couple of different machines as well as wires and a nice comfy chair for you to sit down on. And yes, although this looks like an interrogation room, we try to make this as pleasant as possible. So the patient will come in, have a seat right here in the chair with the arms, and we'll ask you a couple of questions first. The first couple of questions that we'll ask you are pertinent to have a better understanding of your hearing and what type of lifestyle you have. A couple of things that we'll ask you is, have you ever had a hearing test before, and how long ago was that? Any noise exposure as in work related, or maybe you were in some type of the military, as well as tinnitus or ringing or buzzing in the ears, so that way we have a better understanding before we test you. Once we get all those pertinent questions out of the way, the fun begins. And what we'll do is we'll actually take a look in your ears to make sure there's no wax inside the ears. Don't worry if there is. Wax actually shows that it's a very healthy ear. After that, we'll go to this first machine right here, which is a tympanometer. This machine is going to put a little bit of pressure inside your ears, nothing that's going to be hurtful or harmful, but it's just going to test to make sure that your eardrums are moving nicely. That is to detect any fluid or maybe adhesion of the bones inside the middle ear cavity, so that way we can say, yes, we're going to get accurate results, or no, we need to refer you over to an ear, nose, and throat doctor. Once we do this on both sides, we will then put insert earphones inside your ear, where you're going to hear a series of different tones. Those tones are accumulated over a very low, like a bass, to a very high, like a soprano sound. The reason why we test that particular range is because that's where all the speech details are encompassed in. The human ear is actually able to hear from 20 hertz all the way up to 20,000 hertz. But here in our testing capabilities, we only test from 250 all the way up to 8,000. Once those results are acquired, then we will ask you to actually repeat a couple of words back. We'll ask you to say ice cream, baseball, hot dog. I know, are you getting hungry? So am I. After those words are taken, those are to make sure that your pure tones, meaning the little tones that you heard in your ear and you press the button, no more raising hands, we've evolved, are matching what you're actually hearing, the smallest level that you can understand words. After we get you to say those baseball, ice cream, hot dog, and get you extra hungry, we'll actually have you say some more words. Those words are to see how viable that nerve is bringing that information up to the brain level. Because we don't hear at the ear level, we hear at the brain level. We determine on how good you're able to recognize words and repeat them back. So even if you had a moderate hearing loss, meaning 50 straight across, that will determine if you have 84% or 92% or even sometimes 64%, what we have to do behind the scenes with hearing devices if you decide to move forward for better hearing. Once all of these tests are finished, we actually give you a summary and we sit down and talk to you. We tell you about your low frequencies, your high frequencies, as well as your speech discrimination scores. And that is to paint a very good picture of what's going to come out of you wearing hearing devices.